This is Armed American Radio's Daily Defense.
Armed American Radio's Daily Defense, because they don't want me to, that's why I do it.
Presented by the National Rifle Association. From the CZ Studios.
They're never going to stop us here.
Here is your host, the loudest conservative voice in America fighting the enemies of freedom, Mark Walters.
What's up, ladies and gents? Welcome inside Armed American Radio's Daily Defense. I am Mark Walters here in the CZ Studios at the Patriot Mobile Command Center. Looking at the camera, it's a little bit low. See if we can't fix that while we're doing this. But this is, after all, Greg, a what?
A radio show.
This is a radio show, brother.
Yes, it is.
Welcome in, guys. Patriot Mobile Command Center, rock and roll. Got the sporting a new Patriot Mobile hat tonight that I picked up at the booth from those guys. Really nice. I like it.
Sweet.
You know why I know I like it? Because my wife keeps trying to steal it from me. And I guess I can let her wear it from time to time. She's cool. She's a gun owner. It works.
Yeah, sure.
Greg, we're live on Facebook, facebook.com, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to watch the program, facebook.com/Armed American Radio, facebook.com/Armed American Radio. We'll get a little light going on in here. There we go. We'll fix that camera angle in just a minute. And I'll let you tell everybody else where they can go. I am going to warn people to buckle in because this hour is going to fly by if it's anything like it was yesterday. Wow.
Yeah.
Was that just me?
No, it wasn't.
I noticed commentary in the chat that said, and just like that, it was over.
It's over.
It moved really quick. So hang in there, guys. Greg, you go do your thing, and we'll go to Lee the GunWriter Williams.
Yeah, sure. Other places to watch the show are going to be YouTube and Rumble. Just search for Armed American Radio with Mark Walters. Over at X, we're at AAR Mark. You can head over to armedamericanradio.org or .com, hit that menu icon, and then select that watch live or listen live option to join our live chat. Just download Telegram, create your profile, and search for Armed American Radio Conversations.
Get the mic turned back on here.
There you go.
Got a lot going on over here today.
Too much.
Yeah, I'll see you soon. I'll see you too soon. We'll get that camera fixed later. Lee the GunWriter Williams, how you doing, my brother, down in Sarasota, Florida?
Good, man. Great to be here again. Thank you.
Always a pleasure to have you here. Hot and humid down in my hometown, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's about 93 degrees, about 93% humidity.
Yeah, it's about 93% up here, too. We got a little bit of rain today, but, that's okay. It is summertime. Lee, I was at the Gun Owners of America convention over the past weekend. You and I were talking off air today a little bit. You asked some questions about how it was and all that kind of stuff. And, buddy, I got to tell you, I'm concerned about the health of the firearms industry. I really am. Are you hearing anything out there about the health of the industry? And I guess I can point to, the NICS checks dropping. That's been a topic of conversation as of late. And I want to get your talk, your kind of your talking points on this as we move through the hour today.
I am not concerned. The gun industry is strong. Cool. I would say this. There are people who are not buying guns are not buying them because they're scared of the politicians for the next 3 or 4 years, or they're scared of the next, mag ban, AR confiscation. They know that they're safe under President Trump, safer than they've ever been. So I think they're slowing down a little bit. And that's natural. That's going to happen. We get a Democrat in after him, it'll go right back up.
Okay, well, all right. So I want to drill down into what you said, because the way I take what I heard from you, not a critique, I'm just telling you my opinion from what I heard from you. If we were sitting across the table having an adult beverage, maybe a Popcorn Sutton, Tennessee white whiskey, now that they're back in business because the Jack Daniels lawsuit has been settled, yeah, okay, I won't go into all that. But if we were sitting there enjoying that and having this very conversation, my response to you would be the same as it is on the microphone. It sounds to me like you're talking specifically behind blue wall states here on an individual state-by-state basis, because you're talking mag bans, et cetera, which we know is not going to happen under Trump. Now, the reason I mention that is because the 12 states that Alan Gottlieb and the CCR, KBA, SAF, NRA, and others have pointed to where there's trouble. That would be New York, Illinois, Maryland, Washington, Oregon, California. We know the states, right? Massachusetts, Connecticut, anywhere in the Northeast, Jersey. Those states always have problems. They always have trouble. The Democrats right now are completely rudderless. There's no future in that party, and there's nobody on that bench. So it is extremely possible that we could, and I hope I'm right on this projection, because it's good for the country. It might be terrible for future gun sales, but I still hope I'm right, because the industry will work itself out. Innovation will make these necessary changes. The strong will survive. No question about it. Guns aren't going anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Don't misunderstand me. We're talking about a leveling off of sales, maybe a new normal. But if I'm right, we may not see another Democrat in office for at least 8 more years. And what is that going to do? Because now we'd be looking at 12 years of a so-called Trump slump. What impact would that have?
I think for the consumer, that impact would be great. I'm already starting to see the prices of ammunition coming down. I'm seeing the prices of ARs coming down a bit. You know, that's going to continue, brother. I think it's going to continue. Now, will that hurt our industry?
Yeah.
There could be some that, you know, cut back. We might lose some small manufacturers.
Sky is one that just recently went out.
Yeah, under Biden, everybody who could make something was making something. The industry takes care of itself. I would say that, you know, if we lose somebody, I'm sorry to see it go, but maybe should have made a better product, or more likely a cheaper product.
Okay, stop for a second.
But I think
stop. Yeah, the reason I'm stopping you there is because I had the conversation with Justin Moon, and I talked with Cam Edwards about this on Cam and Company yesterday. Guys, you can, if you want to hear that interview, you can catch it on Town Hall. You can go over to bearingarms.com, just look up Cam and Company. But it was a great conversation we had. And part of what Justin was telling me was, you just made a great point. Too bad, essentially, the market is going to work itself out. That's what the free market does. Provide a different product, right? Maybe a better product. Where Justin was concerned was diversification in the industry. You've got companies out there that are not well diversified. Again, diversification, for those of you who might not have heard the previous couple shows, in this sense, if you've got a diversified stock portfolio, you've got a number of different stocks spread out across the markets in different industries. You know, the Dow takes a bump here and there. You're not going to get killed. And I used an example on Mark Cox in the Morning that if all of your money is invested in Eli Lilly over the past 4 or 5 days or 2 weeks, trust me, I tell you, you've lost a few $100s a share. You're not well diversified. You should be better diversified, right? In the firearms industry, that means making different products. Here's a prime example from Carr. They own Auto Ordnance, manufacturers of the Tommy gun, right? How many different variants of the Tommy gun are there out now? They've got a new polymer version out. That's being well diversified. They keep adding to their product line. But Lee, the problem is that takes a tremendous amount of capital to do that. And some of these small companies might not be able to go down that road, bro.
But look who wins in this. Your average listener.
That's a good point.
The people who are buying the guns are paying hundreds and hundreds of dollars less. You can buy 9mm, a case of 9mm, 1,000 rounds right now for under $300. I remember when it was $1,100. Okay, it's crazy. I would say for your average listener who is not a member of the industry but who buys from the industry, I think the good times are coming again, brother.
Are we at a? This is a really. There's really no way to answer this question. I guess there is. It's just pure speculation, but that's what we do. We guess. We guess based on, you know, on an educated background on what we know over the many years of doing this. We always see a slump when there's a gun-friendly president.
Correct.
And Trump is. I think you'll agree with me, the most pro-gun president we've seen in our lifetimes. Would you agree with that statement?
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Right, so that is inherently going to hurt some sales, right? Right out of the bat. Right off the bat.
It could.
It is. And we're seeing that because you've now dipped below 1 million for the first time in, Cam was reminding me the exact numbers, about 63 months, roughly a half a decade, guys. Okay. What do you expect to see over the next 6 months? Is that some weird anomaly there? And this is why I know there's no answer to this. We were going to have to watch it, but the next 6 months is going to be paramount, right?
It is. I think we're going to continue to see ammunition. I'm talking the big market calibers, 9, 45, 223, 556. You're going to see those come down in price, and you're going to see, unfortunately, some small manufacturers who were making a lot of money when Biden was in. They're going to relocate or find something else to do, and that's the truly sad part. You're going to see prices come down on ARs. You're going to see prices come down on AR parts and gear. I think you're going to see fewer people taking self-defense classes, which is really bad.
Yeah, it is bad.
That's just the way it is going to be.
There's a couple other dynamics in play that I want to ask you about when we come back from this break, Lee, about the gun buyers. And I have a couple theories about why those numbers have depressed a little bit. And, I don't know. We really don't know. But again, you can speculate with some history by looking back and make a fairly calculated, educated guess here. We're talking with Lee the GunWriter Williams. Lee the GunWriter Williams. We'll be back with the GunWriter Lee Williams right after this. Don't go away, folks. Be right back. The National Association has defended the freedoms that define America, standing for responsible gun ownership through education, training, and the unwavering right to protect what matters most. But those freedoms are never guaranteed. They must be defended. Join the millions of NRA members who have made the commitment to safeguard our rights now and for future generations. Go to nra.org/AAR to sign up today. Armed American Radio listeners, running out of ammo room at home? I did. Introducing AmmoSquared.com. Ammo Squared helps you stay stocked up on ammunition automatically. It is a truly automated set it and forget it ammo purchasing program. Pick your calibers, set your budget, select a shipping trigger, and that's it. Your ammo grows slowly over time. It's stored for free as it builds up and is shipped with the click of a button or automatically. Your choice. Set up your ammo stockpile, and for more information, visit AmmoSquared.com today. That's AmmoSquared.com.
Attention firearms owners, the Attorneys on Retainer program is backed by the Attorneys for Freedom law firm, which is the nation's only law firm exclusively committed to self-defense cases. Along with local counsel, the firm is also accepting private self-defense cases nationwide. Have experienced self-defense attorneys ready to represent you anywhere in the nation. Visit attorneysonretainer.us and use promo code AAR to get $50 off your individual sign-up fee. Don't be unprepared for the fight in the courtroom.
The revolutionary Crossbreed Super Tuck holster is the most comfortable and concealable inside the waistband holster you'll ever wear, and nothing even comes close. Designed to completely conceal a firearm of any size and made to be worn with any attire, from shorts and a t-shirt to a suit and a tie. Based on your personal carry style, the Super Tuck may be worn comfortably with or without your shirt tucked in. Find out why the Crossbreed Super Tuck is the most often imitated but never duplicated holster design in the world. Visit crossbreedholsters.com today.
Patriots, listen up. If you're counting on the mainstream media to tell the truth about your gun rights, you're already losing. That's why I go daily to AmmoLand News, America's oldest Second Amendment news outlet. AmmoLand gives you the stories, the facts, and the real news the gun banners and freedom haters don't want you to know. Don't wait to get informed. Bookmark AmmoLand.com right now. That's AmmoLand.com, where freedom-loving Americans stay informed and in the fight. AmmoLand.com. Visit them today at AmmoLand.com. AmmoLand.com. Looking for an easy way to find a great value on your favorite firearm, ammunition, or accessory brands? Then visit BudsGunShop.com. Buds works each day to give you the best price on a huge assortment of America's favorite products. You'll love the daily deal specials and the vast selection of pre-owned guns, offering financing, layaway, and auction options, and partnering with over 64,000 federal firearms licensees to make it convenient for you to get a gun at a great value. BudsGunShop.com, serving over 4.5 million customers, and Buds wants to serve you too. Introducing the P9 Nocturne from CZ, available in full-size 19-round and compact 15-round. This is the third generation of the popular polymer pistol series with the Omega single-action, double-action trigger mechanism. With its textured pattern for improved traction, the P9 is optics-ready with enhanced front cocking serrations, a slide stop designed for easier control, and improved ergonomics of ambidextrous decocker and manual safety. For more information and to take one home, visit czfirearms.com today.
30.
For 50 years, the NRA Institute for Legislative Action has served as the voice for NRA members and gun owners in every significant political, legislative, and legal fight defending our right to keep and bear arms. Stay informed about efforts by anti-gun politicians to restrict your freedoms both nationally and in your state by visiting nraila.org. There you can sign up to receive email alerts, volunteer, and much more. Visit nraila.org today. All right. and cameras are back up.
The following segment of Armed American Radio's Daily Defense is being brought to you by Patriot Mobile. Visit patriotmobile.com/AAR and use the AAR promo code to get free activation today. Welcome back to the show.
Welcome back to the show indeed. Mark Walters filling your prescription for freedom on I think it's Tuesday. Greg, it's Tuesday, right?
Yes, Tuesday.
It's Tuesday. You sure about that?
Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday. You know what I'm doing tonight? I'm grilling chicken tonight because I got to smoke up the neighborhood. And when it's really humid out and kind of soupy and rainy like it is, my neighborhood will be filled with smoke. Just
Chicken tacos.
Well, could do that. Been known to do stuff like that. Anyway, hey guys, you heard that rejoin. That's Patriot Mobile. I got a really cool Patriot Mobile hat on here, and this phone is Patriot Mobile activated. You can do the same thing. PatriotMobile.com/AAR. PatriotMobile.com/AAR. Use the promo code and get a free month. Now, if you have more than one phone like I do, they're offering $500. So if you only owe $500 or less on the phone, you're going to get a $500 credit. So if you have 4 phones you want to move over and it's under $500 you got to pay off, you're going to get $2,000 credit. And as Stephen and Scott Coburn were telling us at the booth at the GOA, you're not going to pay a phone bill forever because you're going to have the $2,000 credit. So swap it over and do business with a company that wants your business and actually talks to us at gun rights related events where the big carriers will never show up. Well, because they don't have the beep. That's about the best way I can say it. You can insert whatever expletive you want in there. PatriotMobile.com/AAR. Let's get back to Lee, the GunWriter Williams, here in the CZ studios. Lee, so I have some theories here. You know, the fastest growing demographics of gun buyers over the last several years has been threefold. It's been women, minorities, and there have been Democrats buying guns, lots of liberals buying guns, right? And
right.
But those gun buyers, minorities and women, likely will move into our camp. They'll become one of us, right? Once they catch the bug, I think. But the Democrats that are buying guns by the millions over the last few years aren't. They buy guns because they're worried about civil unrest, just like we are, just on the different side of the spectrum, okay? We won't go into all that. But they buy a gun, well, you know, it's scary out there. Crime where I live in a Democrat-run city, they might say, but they won't say the Democrat because they haven't figured that out, that's why crime is so high. But they buy that gun, now they're comfortable. But they're not going to wind up being repeat gun buyers like you and I are. So I think that's part of where we're seeing some of those numbers settle. And I believe that if I'm right there, and we'll find out over the next few months, if we see that lower number become the new normal, that could be why, couldn't it?
Yeah, and I would say this about the Democratic gun buyers. If they bought a Glock, I guarantee you it's in the box that it came in. They maybe have one box of shells that's stored on the complete opposite side of the home, and the magazines are God knows where. I mean, they're not going to get any self-defense out of their firearm, but they have a Glock that's magically going to appear in their hands fully loaded if they ever need it.
And they feel comfortable they have a gun, right?
Correct.
I mean,
Correct.
You might get a second purchase. Somebody might say, well, this gun doesn't really fit me. You know, are those people going to be buying lots of ammo and hitting the range? I don't know about that. I think like you do.
No.
That gun's going to wind up in a box somewhere, and they can just say that they have the gun. I don't think you're going to see a lot of them carrying. But I mean, I could be wrong. Lots of Democrats carry guns, and good for them. It's a birthright. It's a human right here in the United States. Thank God our Constitution and our founders recognize that God-given birthright that we all have, that other countries don't recognize. But there is that dynamic in play. And again, this is just something, folks, that we're just going to have to see play itself out. There's really no way to predict that at this point. We can look at all of these factors, but it does concern me. Another question that comes to my mind when I attend all these conventions, and I wish I had $1 for every one I've been to. I wish I had $1 back for every dollar bill I've spent while at the conventions, just getting there, staying, and all that. Excuse me. I'd have lots of money back over the last 26 years. But the reason I mention this is not anything that I saw on the floor. The GOA show is only in its second year. It's much, much smaller than the other shows. The venue is smaller. The displays are smaller. But, Lee, there were a lot of big manufacturers who were not there. Lots of big companies were not there. And I wonder if some of these smaller companies, some of the smaller holster companies that you're going to see that will take hits when gun sales drop. The peripheral businesses slow down. If they're not making enough money, are they going to bring a team of people to these shows? Are we going to see a slowdown in attendance from exhibitors at these shows? That's another factor to pay attention to over the next few years, right?
We'll know for sure at SHOT when we go to SHOT. I mean, we already saw some slowdown at SHOT. But that's, you have big vendors who are watching their money, and I can't fault them for that at all. Do they need to send 25 guys out to SHOT or to the other show? No. But what are they going to send? I guess we'll find out.
Yeah,
that's a good point. We'll find out.
We are going to find out, and it has been noticeable. A couple years ago, Benelli wasn't there, Sig wasn't there, and a number of others, and I had never seen a SHOT show like that before, where you had plenty. Heck, Media Row was moved out of Radio Row into the middle of the floor because there was so much open booth space. And for people like me, it was really comfortable. If I recall correctly,
there were some issues there.
There were. You're right. There were. It wasn't all, it wasn't financial. There was a lot going on. But at the same time, you start to notice some of these smaller vendors that are not there. And attendance was way down. Now, last year, attendance was really strong. So we'll pay attention to that. That's going to be an ongoing discussion. We'll keep our eyes on that. But I will say this. It is going to be a tough couple years for the firearms industry, right?
Right.
I hate to hear that.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. But I think they knew this was coming. They still supported Trump, obviously. I think it's going to be helpful. I think it's going to give the industry time to actually think about what we want as gun owners, what the next product should be.
Well, now you're talking about innovation. Now you're talking innovation, and that's another positive that comes out of this because they will innovate. Accessories.
How do we get that dollar?
Yeah, how do we stretch where we're at? What are people looking at? Guys, if you go to the SIG Academy, you're going to find SIG's very well diversified. The P320 issues aside, they've got tons of stuff, okay? Very well diversified, huge corporation, but not everybody's in that boat. And, I don't know. It concerns me. I hate to see it. But at the same time, you have that double-edged sword, that flip side. Sure, I'm glad Trump's in office, bro.
Yeah.
We don't want to be, fear. We sell on fear because Democrats are going to come take your guns. A bunch of loudmouths going to come take your guns.
Well, you saw where Joe was headed. That's probably happened. They would have at least tried something. Yeah. He wanted our guns, brother. He really wanted our guns.
No question about that. When we come back, we'll talk about some of the things that Lee, the gunwriter Williams, is writing about. He's got a great take on stuff. And I think when we talk about Washington State with you, Lee, I'm going to interject some commentary. Well, I won't play it, but I'll paraphrase part of the interview and part of the conversation I had with constitutional attorney Mark Smith, Four Boxes Diner. Four Boxes Diner. Make sure to check Mark out at Four Boxes Diner. He's a great attorney. He's a great guest and a great friend. And when we come back, we'll talk about what we think is going to happen down the road. Lee has written about it. You can find it at armedamericannews.com, armedamericannews.com, and over at the Second Amendment Foundation, because he is the lead investigative journalist there. We'll be back. We have 2 more segments with Lee, the gunwriter Williams.
You want the feed?
No, I don't want the feed this go around because that's the bottom of the hour break. That's just there in case a station wants to run something, so I'm not worried about that. I'm more concerned about break 1 and 3. That was a good lineup in break 1. Mics and cameras are on, by the way, just a courtesy of letting you know that. So we had NRA 30, Ammo Squared 30, AOR 30, Crossbreed Super Tuck, Ammo Land, Buds, the new CZP9, that's the one I just cut today. NRA ILA 30, and the rejoin was Patriot. What's on the rejoin coming back here?
NRA.
Okay, so we have an NRA rejoin. All right. Yeah, I don't care about the slots running here. All right, guys, we'll be right back with you. We got a little bit of work to do back here. We're talking, just so you know, we're working on realigning some of the positions of the avails that we have. I'll be right with you. And the camera's up.
The following segment of Armed American Radio is proudly being brought to you by the National Rifle Association. Help us defend freedom by visiting nra.org/AAR and join today. Welcome back to the show.
Yeah, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The National Rifle Association presents this broadcast to you 6 days a week, and I hope you'll do the solid for us, and that is support the National Rifle Association. This is an organization that is the largest and oldest, get this, because people don't think of it this way, but civil rights organization in the United States. That's just a fact. Don't let the left tell you any different than that. It's not any of the other groups that they like to mention. It's the National Rifle Association. That's why they never cover that. And in order to maintain that status, we need your membership. It is $35 for 1 year. It is $85 for 3. It's $125 for 5, and it's $1,000 for a life membership. Take your pick. If you sign up for a 1 year or 3 year membership, I'm going to send you one of these range bags that I have right here in the studio, and they're piling up. And we have limited quantities of these. When they are gone, they are gone. All you need to do is sign up at nra.org/AAR. We're going to send you the range bag right out of the box. It's coming right to you. Brand spanking new. That's for a 1 year or 3 year membership. If you sign up for 5 year life membership, we're going to send you the binoculars. I have the set right down here. Super high quality 10x42 binoculars with the lens covers and the case. Please take advantage of that. It pays for the membership, quite frankly. I don't care if you don't want to donate after that, that's fine. I mean, I hope you would, but you don't have to. $35 for a month. Just put your name on those rolls. Help us get back up to 6 million, because guess what happens when 2 million more of us spend $35 a year? We're able to get into the courtrooms, into the legislative bodies, and these behind the blue wall in these states, and really make a difference. And we desperately need your assistance to do that. Please visit nra.org/AAR. Take advantage of that. Get the free stuff. And when it's all done and they're all gone, excuse me, when it's all done and gone, one of you is going to be drawn and will win a second range bag filled with swag from other great Armed American Radio partners. It'll be worth a nice little penny, and it'll be fun to receive, and we wish you the best of luck. But one of you will win that. So please help us out here. Join the NRA. This is a new organization with new management, new board, new leadership, doing new things, working remarkably close, hand in hand with the other gun rights organizations. Back in the day, the NRA would like to file an amicus brief and claim credit for what another organization did. The NRA is now working hand in hand and filing lawsuits jointly with these other organizations. Is such a beautiful thing to see. The National Rifle Association, lean, mean, and a big fat fighting machine, and we need your help. Please join us. Lee the GunWriter Williams, welcome back, brother.
Thank you, man. Great to be here.
You know, Lee, you know I'm right on this. Folks got to join. They got to. It's never been this important ever.
No, especially right now, NRA had a lot of bad habits.
Yeah.
Those and the people responsible for them are all gone. They're co-filing with us, with other groups, us being Second Amendment Foundation. They've become leaner and meaner, and I love it.
It's so important. And, you know, we've got such limited time, a year and a half, to really push through what we need to get pushed through. Because right now we have the trifecta, folks, okay? Help us take advantage of that, please. Help us take advantage of that. It's very important. NRA.org/AAR. So, Lee, Washington State, what's going on over here?
Well, I've met a lot of interesting people since I've been doing this for so long, but Walter Wally Wentz is definitely one of them. He owns Gators Custom Guns in Kelso, Washington, to be Washington State. Great guy, fantastic guy, has a small little shop. You remember in 2022, Washington State passed SB 5078, which banned the sale, importation, distribution, and manufacture of what they call LCMs, or large capacity magazines. This would be anything that can accept more than 10 rounds.
Right.
Well, Wally just kept on selling them. And two of these little morons came into his store and bought them, and they charged him. They actually charged him. So he went right to court. He countersued in Superior Court, and he won his case. right there in Washington State. But within minutes, the state appealed, and it got a stay. And he said the best quote I've ever seen. Our stay only lasted 88 minutes, he said back then. Mm-hmm. We appealed that, and they had to sign up for the state Supreme Court. Well, he went to the state Supreme Court, and as you can imagine, in Washington State, 2 of the 9 justices supported him. Only 2. He lost. And one, I got to put my hands out for Cheryl Gordon McLeod, Washington State Supreme Court Justice Cheryl Gordon McLeod was fantastic. She wrote, Second Amendment protects an individual's right to keep and bear arms. And then she cited New York State Rifle and Pistol Association v. Bruin, D.C. v. Heller, and McDonald v. City of Chicago. She really did a good job, but unfortunately, he knew where he was headed.
Yeah.
Well, he knew he was going to lose. So come now, he's headed toward, I should say he wants to be reviewed by the U.S. Supreme Court, and he's got his attorneys in charge of it, and they're sending everything that he needs to get out there. And I spoke to him Monday, and you know, he really made some valid points. He's a hell of a gunsmith, but he's more independent thinker than anything else. I mean, he says consistency in our defense of the Second Amendment is lacking. This is a chance for the high court of the land to get us back on course. It's fourth quarter push, and I couldn't agree with him more, Mark.
Yeah, I agree with him too.
His business is down 40%. I asked him about it. They had another state law come on board where he had to have you can't go in there and just pick up a gun. Now they got to have them all behind the counter, not accessible to the public. So he had to hire another person. So he's got 2 people behind the counter. But he's still sticking to it, man. And he's getting money. He needs money. And he walked off the quote talking about the judge. He said, to get 2 dissenters at our state Supreme Court in the shape that it's in is dumbfounding. And I could not agree more. My heart goes out to him. I hope that the Supreme Court takes his case, because it should fit everything that's needed for a magazine case. And it could kill these magazine cases. I mean, what do we have? 16 states now that have some type of anti-magazine legislation. That's crap. It needs to end.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you why.
And this would be a good way to do it.
You're not going to want to hear this. And he's certainly not going to want to hear me say this. You know, we have a lot of listeners on a number of stations in Washington State. But sadly, I'm going to agree with constitutional attorney Mark Smith here that the Supreme Court is likely not going to take his case. Now, there's reason for that. And Mark laid this out. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to, I don't have the audio queued up to play. I wish I did. If I was smart, I figured that Lee and I were going to go here. I should have pulled it up because I knew we were going to be talking about this Washington case. So I was derelict in my host duties and responsibilities. I apologize. But what I will do is ask you to go back and listen to Sunday night's Monstercast, hour 1 and 2. And listen to my conversation with constitutional attorney Mark Smith. Here's why he believes the court, and he named a specific case, not this one, but another case out of Illinois, that he said it's highly unlikely that the case is going to, the Supreme Court is going to grant cert in a mag ban case, Lee, until they resolve the issue of the quote-unquote assault weapons ban first, which is what they're going to have to do. They're not going to go after an accessory case like this first until they resolve the issue of the AR, AK-47, what is widely known by the left and the media. They love to throw it out, the assault weapons ban cases. Now, you're very familiar with the Fourth Circuit case that was originally Brown v. Snopes, Snopes, the original Snopes case, and all this, you know, and we've got circuit splits. Kavanaugh alluded to that in his commentary when the Fourth Circuit case was denied cert, that the court is going to take one of these cases very soon. Now, it's Mark Smith's position and point of view, and I happen to agree with him, that the court will resolve that issue before they go to that, and they might even might even get it both at one time, which would make the individual cases moot. Lee, we're getting ready to take a break. I want to get your thoughts on that when we come back. Folks, I'm talking with Lee the GunWriter Williams. Lee the GunWriter Williams. He's a real journalist, an investigative journalist, a true investigative journalist who does it all himself. You can check out everything Lee writes at the Second Amendment Foundation and at armedamericannews.com. We'll be back. We have one more segment to go with Lee. We'll get his commentary.
You want the feed?
Yeah, let me have the feed for this.
Did you know there are over 100,000 NRA certified firearm instructors across America? Whether you're a new gun owner seeking basic training or an experienced shooter aiming to take your skills to the next level, there is an NRA firearm training course for you. Visit firearmtraining.nra.org today to find courses near you taught by the very best instructors in the Second Amendment community, and learn more about all of the educational programs offered by NRA at nra.org. You already know what Daniel Defense has done for the AR-style rifle. Now they've done it for the handgun, taking it to a whole new level. The revolutionary Daniel H9 combines the ergonomics and pointability of a 1911 with the easy shooting and maintenance of a striker-fired pistol. A low bore axis reduces recoil and muzzle flip, giving you faster, more accurate follow-up shots. To view the Daniel Defense Daniel H9, visit DanielDefense.com today. DanielDefense.com.
Attention firearms owners, the Attorneys on Retainer program is backed by the Attorneys for Freedom law firm, which is the nation's only law firm exclusively committed to self-defense cases. Along with local counsel, the firm is also accepting private self-defense cases nationwide. Have experienced self-defense attorneys ready to represent you anywhere in the nation. Visit attorneysonretainer.us and use promo code AAR to get $50 off your individual sign-up fee. Don't be unprepared for the fight in the courtroom.
Introducing the P9 Nocturne from CZ. Available in full-size 19-round and compact 15-round, this is the third generation of the popular polymer pistol series with the Omega single-action, double-action trigger mechanism. With its textured pattern for improved traction, the P9 is optics-ready with enhanced front cocking serrations, a slide stop designed for easier control, and improved ergonomics of ambidextrous decocker and manual safety. For more information and to take one home, visit czfirearms.com today.
The revolutionary Crossbreed Super Tuck holster is the most comfortable and concealable inside the waistband holster you'll ever wear, and nothing even comes close. Designed to completely conceal a firearm of any size and made to be worn with any attire, from shorts and a t-shirt to a suit and a tie. Based on your personal carry style, the Super Tuck may be worn comfortably with or without your shirt tucked in. Find out why the Crossbreed Super Tuck is the most often imitated but never duplicated holster design in the world. Visit crossbreedholsters.com today.
The Second Amendment Foundation has grown into what many believe to be the most important gun rights organization in America. With hundreds of thousands of active members, it is the Second Amendment Foundation defending your rights in courtrooms across the nation. Winning these battles in local jurisdictions all the way to the Supreme Court requires tireless effort and help from you. Please help the Second Amendment Foundation defend your freedoms by joining or donating today at saf.org. Join us at saf.org. Thank you.
Car, the 25th anniversary K9 and the venerable P9 in various configurations. Magnum Research, the classic Desert Eagle available in 50, 44, 357, and the new 429 DE calibers. The BFR biggest finest revolvers and the Magnum Light. Auto Ordnance, the classics. Thompson, that's right, the Tommy gun. The incredible M1 carbine.
Sorry, no, we're early.
1911. Car Firearms, a family of brands standing for your family's freedom.
Now 30.
Gun owners across the country have become targets of frivolous lawsuits. At X Insurance, we provide custom firearm liability insurance to eliminate your exposure and to protect you from unscrupulous lawyers. And if lawsuits arise, we aggressively fight them. We're the best at what we do, and we've been doing it for more than 40 years. We offer same-day quotes and solutions, so call us today or have your agent call us, and let's get that target off your back. For more information, visit xinsurance.com.
And back. Okay. Cameras are up. Lights are off.
This segment is brought to you by Attorneys on Retainer. Get the only self-defense program for gun owners backed by a real law firm, the Attorneys for Freedom. Visit them online at attorneysonretainer.us. Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back, guys. If you're watching the program on your televisions or devices, cable, streams, whatever, Attorneys on Retainer, I'm holding up the card. This is my personal card. This is a no-brainer, okay? If you carry a firearm, you need this card in your wallet. It is $35 a month to have an attorney, a team of attorneys, the entire house of attorneys at the Attorneys for Freedom Law Group in Chandler, Arizona, operating in all 50 states. They will defend you immediately. This card means I have attorneys on retainer right now, attorney-client privilege. God forbid I have to use a firearm. I'm making one phone call, and that's to my attorneys. They're going to handle the investigation and anything that follows. $35 a month. The entire year is less than 1 hour of one of the attorney's hourly fees. I want you to put that in perspective. Invaluable. Attorneysonretainer.us. If you carry a gun, you have to have this. It's that simple. Attorneysonretainer.us. Use the promo code or the attorneysonretainer.us/AAR. You'll get $50 off and $35 a month. If you do it for a family, you'll get $50 off, and it's $25 a month per family member. Make sure to check that out, folks. Don't be caught with your pants down and go, man, I should have listened to that dude on the radio. You'll be in a world of hurt. Have an attorney up front. Guys, I want you also to make sure to check out all the rest of our great partners. You can find them all at armedamericanradio.com. Are you stacking ammo at Ammo Squared yet? If you're not, big mistake. AmmoSquared.com. Crossbreed holsters. You heard the Super Tuck running in there. It's the most copied holster in the world for a reason, because it is simply the best. Ammoland.com for all of your news. Been writing for that organization for years on and off, and that's where we get tons of our content from Ammoland. Bud's Gun Shop has you covered. BudsGunShop.com. They have everything you need, and you need and want everything they have. Our exclusive online retailer. They serve close to 5 million customers. They are huge. BudsGunShop.com. And don't forget, we're in the CZ studios. You hear the spots running for the P9. We're going to have Dylan from CZ on in the next couple of weeks to make an introduction on some of all their amazing products over there. And they've got a new rifle coming out as well. And you're not going to want to miss this. Don't forget the NRA, Patriot Mobile, all of them. Daniel Defense, the H9, and MyPillow. Guys, MyPillow has been with us for close to a decade. In fact, I think it's over a decade. I lose track of time. MyPillow.com. Promo code is AAR. Bed sheets, pillows. I mean, we just load. My daughter just moved into a new condo. We just loaded her up, man. MyPillow was everywhere, okay? With the pillow top mattresses, everything they have over there, no matter where you see or hear the spot, just throw the AAR in there for the promo code and get all of those discounts for all of their great products. And don't forget Patriots Relief for those pain supply products, CBD stuff. It's all great. It works. I use that stuff every single morning when I get up. It is dynamite. Works within 1 minute. Give it a shot. PatriotsRelief.com. PatriotsRelief.com. Lee the GunWriter Williams, welcome back, brother. I want to get your take on what we were just talking about, okay? It makes sense. Mark's rationale here makes perfect sense, and he knows what he's talking about, but I tend to agree with him. He put this in a perspective that I hadn't thought of before when I was talking with him from the floor of the convention on Saturday for the Sunday show that was taped in advance. I'd like to get your thoughts on that.
Well, all I know is the people who think they know what the Supreme Court is going to do have a tremendous habit of being completely wrong. Now, yeah, in a perfect world, let's clear out the ARs, let's clear out the AKs, and then let's do the mags. But there's no saying that they can't do the mags first. There's no saying they can't do both of them together. I don't care. I just hope that the Supremes finally take the step to make these mags legal in all 50 states. I mean, Christ, Mark, you buy a 10-round mag, there's no military surplus. They're as expensive as a 30-round mag. Doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't, and you're right. You know, we've made a lot of mistakes over the years in trying to second-guess or guess the Supreme Court of the United States and what they're going to do. I would have had in fact, I had money. If I did have money, it would have gone on them taking that Fourth Circuit case. But I think, in retrospect, when you look back, wrong about them taking it. It was the perfect case to take. But they have their reasoning. And Kavanaugh laid it out in his statement. That was clearly a hint of things to come, which is where I think Mark is basing his thought process off of. And it does make sense. So whether it's, his case in Washington or not, we're going to get one there, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to win the case. And when we do, whatever other cases are out there that they didn't grant cert in, it's going to be a moot point, because it's going to be a moot case, because we will win these cases, Lee. I feel really good about that. I'm sure you do too. Once they get to the case, to the court, we will win it.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. In the meantime, though, I look to Wally Wentz at his little shot there.
I feel terrible
facing
for the guy.
Criminal charges.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I do too. It's horrible. And, he continued to sell those magazines as a benefit to his customers. They're in Washington State.
Yeah.
I mean, you talk about being behind the enemy lines.
Yeah, with Ferguson and oh my gosh, with was it Inslee? Is that who it was?
I believe so.
Yeah, and then of course Ferguson rolling in. And what you see with a guy like him is exactly what their goals are. That's what they want. They're trying to eliminate the firearms industry, and they don't care about the destruction of this man's life for a constitutionally protected product.
He has before and after pictures of his shop. Before, pictures include ARs, Mini 14s, AKs, you name it. Now, it's pretty much scoped bolt actions. It's sad how badly the Washington state leadership, for lack of a better word, has affected this man's business. Go to Gators Custom Guns and buy something. I know it's a drive for most everybody listening, but Wally really needs the help. He was a tremendous guy and a tremendous leader on the 2A side.
I love Wally, but I'm not driving from the Atlanta area to Washington State anytime soon for a lot of different reasons. But, I might make a purchase. Yeah. I might call and make a purchase over there. But, guys, this is what the enemies of our freedoms are trying to do behind the blue walls. You guys live behind the blue walls. You get it. I mean, they've gerrymandered you out. You look at what's going on with them screaming about what's happening in Texas and, failing to show up so they can, eliminate the quorum necessary for votes, et cetera. It's all nonsense. It's all child's play. And I just hope Abbott puts them in jail. I'd love to see them get jailed and locked up for what they're doing. But when you talk about states like Massachusetts, you got 40% of the population voting Republican, and there's no Republican representation in the state at all because the Democrats have done exactly what they're accusing Texas of doing and gerrymandered the Republicans out. These are people that are sick and drunk on power, Lee.
Blows my mind. Absolutely blows my mind when you look at that.
It does, but it doesn't, right?
Drunk on power.
30?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Lee, we've got 30 seconds. I do want to point out gun control fail, AWR's headline, 3 more people shot in gun-free Times Square. And the photo accompanying the article is Times Square is a gun-free zone. That's a joke. More gun control fail in New York. So I wanted to throw that out. Lee, I want to thank you for being here. Tell people where they can find you, please.
They can go to armedamericannews.org or they can go to thegunwriter.substack.com, but please go to
you'll get it out.
Whatever.
Second Amendment Foundation, SAF.org. I'll get it out for you.
SAF.org.
Hey, Lee, and let me throw you a solid here. Your new phone sounds wonderful, brother. I love it.
Yes, it does.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah,
even
Greg just jumped in my ear and said, yes, it does. So it sounds fantastic, man. Congrats on that new purchase. All right, guys, we're going to get up and do it again tomorrow precisely because they don't want us to. That's why we do what we do. We are 17 years into this for a reason, because we're going to stay in their face every single day, and we're not going to let them get away with their lies and their garbage misinformation. It's that simple. Chris Murphy, personal message to you. You're an idiot. Keep putting out the stupid tweets every day. You are fantastic for content. Guys, stay safe. Enjoy your day. We'll see you on the radio tomorrow.
You just filled your prescription for freedom with Mark Walters, presented by the National Rifle Association. The National Rifle Association on the Armed American Radio Network.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you hanging out with us today. As always, make sure to like and share our post. If you're picking us up on podcast, thank you for that. Spread the word around if you're on social media. And I hope you're not, but if you are, most of us are to some degree anyway. If you are, please like and share these, share the podcast, okay, and help us get the word out. And please go out of your way to support our partners. We depend on these companies to support Armed American Radio. And when they're having a tough time, we have a tough time, okay? We work together hand in hand, and we need your help. We need your support out there in the firearms industry all the way around. If you can pick up a new gun from one of these great companies, please do. Even if it's not one of our partners, support the industry, all right? We're all in this together. Support our great partners. You can find them all at armedamericanradio.com. And don't forget, if you need food supplies, Heaven's Harvest has got you covered. Man, great company, Clayton Llewellyn. We need to bring him back to the show. He's a lot of fun to have on, and we'll do that real soon. But the two big ones here that we really want you to work with are the National Rifle Association. Of course, please join that organization. 35 bones, man. It'll take about 3 to 4 weeks. I see some questions in the chat about how long is it going to take to get the bag. NRA is a big organization. When the memberships come in, they put it together, they print the card, they send the stuff out, and a lot of you will get the card before you get the gift bag, the gun bag and the range bag and the binoculars, because it comes from a different fulfillment center. But nonetheless, you will get it. My kids just got theirs, and you will too. So support them. And guys, honest to God, I can't stress this enough. You carry a gun, this outfit right here is the real deal. Attorneys on Retainer. I can't tell you how much better I feel knowing I have that membership in my pocket. It is a relief like nobody's business, okay? Please take advantage of these great opportunities. Really, seriously, when you put it in perspective, an hour of an attorney's fee to defend you, it costs you less by about $100+ an hour for one of their own attorney's fees for the full year to have this entire law firm on your side. attorneysonretainer.us/AAR. Please go get it. All right, guys, I love you, and thanks for being here. I'll see you on the radio tomorrow. Stay safe until we meet tomorrow. Have a great day.